So it's a wild and wet Saturday morning here at home. Was supposed to be taking that big blue thing out. New Sea-Doo switch today, but that video will be up on the channel probably before this one comes out. But it's about time we start working on the F-truck. So this is happening. The wrap's been on now for just over 3 years, I think about 3.5 years, and I've noticed cracks starting to appear in the bonnet of the film. And when that stuff starts to happen, you really need to take the wrap off. So otherwise, give it another 12 months and it's going to be an absolute nightmare, and it's already becoming a nightmare in that aspect. As to that, this is the panel that I've already done. So the truck is actually tuxedo black underneath, but the glue is actually starting to come away from the film. So I'm not too sure what film we actually used when we did wrap the F-truck, but as you can see, the glue is sticking to the panel. So it just depends on what angle you start pulling at. This section here was the worst. It actually was like all air through here, and as you can see, it's yeah, just leaving glue spots here and there, taking the wrap off. Yeah, I did, when I first started peeling this off, I did get scared because I thought that was the clear coat.
I said, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
Coming off the truck, but it's actually not. I had my truck fully detailed and ceramic coated by Blake at Envious before I actually put the wrap on back in 2020, I think it was. So everything still should be good. But this truck has seen a lot of Australia, and the wrap has held up really well. But unfortunately, you can't leave a wrap on forever. So still contemplating what I'm actually going to do with the truck. Wrap's definitely coming off. There's a new tray coming. We're going to be doing some engine mods to this thing as well. It needs some drive shaft seals and stuff from the transfer case replaced. Diffs need to be serviced, and a few other bits and pieces. Steering box has to come out. So the steering box down on these model trucks, this is a Performax truck. The steering boxes in these were made by Northern Power Steering Gate in Victoria. So we're going to be pulling that out, sending it back down to him. Great guy, he built the boxes for these trucks. He's already rebuilt it once for me. He's going to rebuild it again. Raptor's over there getting a rain bath today, but I've even contemplated taking the front bar off. There's nothing on the market that I actually like, but this bar just, I don't know, it's pretty big, it's pretty bulky. I did have photos come back up, you know how you get memories on social media. I had memories come up of when the truck was actually just black with a chrome bar and just had the lift done, and it looks so clean, so tidy. So I'm contemplating taking the bar off and getting rid of it. It's definitely going to look different going back all to black again. I'm going to have to get the goo remover onto this stuff, onto this sticky material to get all that off, but thankfully it was polished, fully detailed and ceramic coated before we did the wrap, so it should make life a little bit easier, I'm hoping. And then we'll see how the paint and everything looks in the sun after I give it a bath. Today's mission on this wet day, since I can't take the Sea-Doo out, we're going to be pulling the wrap off. I'm not going to bore you guys with me just pulling the wrap off, but I'm just going to time lapse this and start getting this thing ripped off, eh? I'm getting there slowly. It's super frustrating trying to get the glue off, or get the glue to come off with the material, but we're getting there. So it's, I've seen a few tricks of people putting like an air compressor underneath it and a few other different bits and pieces to get this stuff off, using a heat gun. I've tried it a few different ways, and it seems that like in a cooler condition like this, it's coming off the best. When I was heating it up, or when it was in the sun and I was trying to rip it, all the glue was staying on the car. So bit cooler conditions, the material's staying on here. What I thought was going to happen to the truck has happened to the truck. Long story short, when I bought this truck, it had some damage to the door, and I had it repaired before I picked up the truck. I wanted them to repair it. They repaired everything on the truck for me, re-clear coated the side and everything, repaired the damage to the door before I bought it. the clear coat is now coming off with the wrap on the front quarter. Give you a look just here, the clear coat that they've applied. They obviously haven't prepped it well enough and it's coming around the edges. It's lifted just there, down the bottom down there as well. It's lifted along this edge here, it's lifting. This is just all the sticky stuff from the wrap. But along this edge here, it's starting to lift. And you can see the new clear, they've had the bonnet down when they've cleared the whole side of the truck. And here is the worst part. So as you can see, they've done a pretty average prep job between each clear coat. And yeah, that'd be the factory clear, and this would be the clear when they had to repair the side and blend it, but that's smooth there on the vinyl now. So here's what it is. More of a headache than what I wanted it to be, but it's going to the paint shop anyway. But yeah, that's where we're at so far. Bonnet is done. I just got to get all this sticky stuff off the bonnet. But I don't like the look of how this is going. I'll have to keep pulling away at it and see where I end up. Okay, so it's pretty bad. You can see that's all clear coat now gone. All down here, clear coat gone, and then the clear coat goes back again. So we are definitely going in to get resprayed. Oh well, here's what it is. Clear coat just there. I'm just hoping the doors don't do the same thing, and I hope it's just that front quarter that's going to do that. If the doors start doing that, we're going to be in, yeah, it's going to start getting very expensive to respray everything on the truck. But what do? Kind of can't go back now. All the wrap's in pieces on the ground, so just keep cracking on with it. Alright, so this stuff is what I've been using, this goof off whatever, and it's just time consuming process to get the goo off, but you can see how much better it looks now. Bonnet's all nice and shiny. So this clear coat on this side's pretty good. There's nothing wrong with it at all on this side. The bonnet's really good too. So okay, good afternoon. So this has turned into a giant can of worms now, and I'm not regretting my decision by taking the wrap off, but it's not good, I'll put it that way. And it's going to be, I've got to pull the whole truck apart now. So good news for you guys, you get a lot of content, and yeah, I'm going to film as much of this as I can, but the whole truck's got to come apart now. The tray's coming off. I'm taking the canopy off right now this afternoon as we speak. I'm just doing a bit after each day at work, after work. So just fitting in as much as I can after work each day. And yeah, so we're about to pull the canopy off. We finished pulling the wrap off. Me and the missus did that over the weekend, got all that done after it was raining the other weekend. So just fitting it in when I get time. But yeah, the damage to the truck is substantial. I'll give you a look. This is the damage on the door just here. All the clear coats come off down along here, as you can see. So I've taken it to my local panel shop, the guys down there that repaired the Raptor's bonnet for me, and they said basically we're going to have to repaint the whole truck. So they're going to have to strip all this back, and yeah, and then on the top of some of the doors, just there, up here, across the front there. So it's pretty bad, and then it's across the top, and then I'm going to pull the wrap off the roof probably this afternoon if I get time. We're not going to get the new tray fitted now on Monday. We're going to be pulling the canopy off now. The new tray is going to its new owner on Monday, and then I'm going to put the truck on a trailer because it won't have lights and all that sort of stuff. So we'll put it on my big trailer, and we'll have to take it to the panel shop and get them to fix it. As you can probably tell, I have taken the roof rack off the truck as well. So the Yakima platform is over there, and I'm going to pull the Rhino rack backbone and probably end up just moving them on. I'll sell them on Marketplace or something. So here's the F truck in all the glory without a canopy on. There's a bit of Udnadata over here, bit of Simpson Desert, and the roof wrap, the carbon wrap is coming off the roof as well because it's going to have to come off. But I've been on the phone with the insurance company this afternoon, and hopefully we can get this thing repaired under insurance, because it's going to be a heavy hit to the pocket if I have to pay for it, and it's probably going to push the build out pretty far if I've got to pay for this and not get it through insurance. So, and yeah, there's no sponsorships here with the panel work, unfortunately. So I've got to go back to work and earn the money and pay for it, because I still do have a day job. I don't do this full time. This is just part-time fun for me. But I thought I'd bring you guys along and show you what I'm doing with the F truck, and it's turned into a full rebuild now, so we're going to be making some big changes. I've got, yeah, if we're going for a full respray, we might as well change the color of the truck. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm hanging to show you guys what I'm thinking on the color scheme of this thing. And I've got to take the backbone off. This is the carbon roof wrap that I did probably only after owning the truck for a couple of months. I ended up wrapping the roof in carbon. The roof's actually pretty good. There's one spot over there that's like a sunspot that I've that's what kind of why I wrapped the roof, because I was worried about the clear. So there is a little hole here that developed on its own in the clear, sorry, not in the clear, in the wrap. But for the most part, the roof is pretty schmick, and that's why if you do buy a new four-wheel drive, I really do recommend wrapping your roof to protect it. Probably not carbon, because you can see the carbon, it actually retains the dirt and holds the dirt on it. So just go with like a clear PPF or something like that, I'd suggest, if you're going to run a roof rack, and it just protects it for when the birds poop on your roof rack and all the rest of it. And yeah, just stops it eating into your paint, because it's really hard to clean underneath your roof rack. So wrap it is my suggestion before you go and fit a platform or something. But half your luck, you're probably sitting there with a beer and I'm here pulling wrap off in little tiny squares. I've probably just caught this wrap in time before it become a nightmare. I reckon another 6 to 12 months, this would have been even worse to get off. It would have been like my brother's 78 F truck. He had a carbon bonnet wrapped on that thing, and it like basically it just ripped off in little tiny pieces. We had to get scrapers, and it just destroyed the paint. But anyway, he sold that truck now, so this is slowly coming off. I just don't want to rip it off the edge of that where it's coming underneath the rubber there near the front window. So I'm going to keep going here with the roof, get the roof wrap off, and then I'll be back Monday with you guys to start pulling the tray down at Mitt's Alley. Just down here dropping the truck off at Mitt's. Going to get the tray pulled. Tray's going to its new customer, and then my tray will go back on once the cab gets fixed. See you later, truck. Alright, time to get back home. Current state of the truck. I've taken the whole front end off. Lights, bull bar, grill, all the trim pieces around the windows, the badging on the sides, the indicators, the mirrors, all the trim pieces. I've just got to pull the windows out once it gets to the panel shop. But yes, we're going to have to respray the whole truck. I have been doing a lot of work to the chassis here at the back, so we've rerouted a heap of hoses and cleaned a bunch of stuff up, kind of painted a little bit of stuff here on the back, and there was just a lot of old wiring and stuff there that didn't need to be there anymore, so I've just gotten rid of all that and just tidied stuff up. All this stuff here at the back's for when all the lights and the camera and everything goes onto the back of the truck once the tray gets refitted. But yeah, just tidied up a bunch of stuff here on the back, and remounted the train horns, and yeah, just gave it a good clean up. So this is the truck. Been pulling all the interior trims out. As you can see, this is why I need to repaint it. She's pretty rough. That's where a cable was rubbing for a long time. But we'll come around here to inside the cab. As you can see, pulled all the door cards off, got all them inside, just stripping everything, so that way when I get it down to the paint shop, it's going to be pretty quick for these guys to get stuck into it. They're not really going to have to mess around too much, and I'll keep all the trims and stuff at home, that way I know where they are, everything's itemised. I pull this stuff apart all the time. I've pulled my truck apart that many times to do things. I've been sound deadening inside the doors, so I did this a couple of weeks ago and then put the trim back on, but I am going to do all down the lower parts of the doors in here, and then going to do the back doors as well because they haven't been done. But yeah, I'm going to have to probably drop the hood liner because those roof racks are bolted directly through the roof, so I'm going to have to get those off somehow. So a lot of the stuff that's been on the truck is not going back on it. A lot of stuff is getting changed. We are getting a new mitts tray. My original canopy is still going back on, but I am changing a lot of things. I'm trying to source a roof rack for this thing at the moment out of the US, but no one has stock and it's been discontinued, and it's probably the only rack that I like for this truck. And because these models is 2014, so from 99 to 16, the year 2016, these are all the same, the cabs are the same, so, and there's just nothing available anymore. It's getting harder and harder to buy things for this just because of the age of it. I really need to get a new truck, and I am planning on getting a new F truck, but unfortunately just the financial situation right now is just not, it's not allowing that to happen at the moment. So that's why I'm kind of in the process of completely rebuilding the F truck, get it all good to go again. And yeah, to build a new truck like this would cost $350,000, and it's just money that I don't have. And yeah, all this work is all work I'm doing to myself. So pretty much all this work I'm doing to the truck right now is costing me money, so it's go back to work, go and earn the money to get everything back together. None of this is sponsored or anything. So the next stop will be down at the paint shop with the guys. So I've got a little bit of stuff left to do on this on the weekend. Probably this weekend I'll get that done, and then probably drop this off to them on Monday, and they can get stuck into getting this thing all sanded back and get ready for the new paint. And I'm super excited to show you guys the new paint, so it's going to be pretty mint by the time this truck's done.